Viverrids are a diverse family of small to medium-sized carnivorous mammals including civets, genets, linsangs, and the African palm civet. These elusive carnivores of the Old World occupy an important ecological niche. They display a wide variety of behaviors and adaptations. Viverrids are characterized by their slender bodies with long tails, pointed muzzles and short legs. Their sizes vary from the tiny African linsang to the larger African civet. They have spotted or striped coats for camouflage. Retractile claws and flexible bodies aid in climbing. They possess well-developed anal glands that produce strong-smelling secretions used for territory marking and communication, notably civet musk for perfumes. The family Viverridae presents a spectacular showcase of evolutionary diversity. Often mistaken for cats, weasels, or mongooses, these ancient carnivorans have branched into an array of forms, each uniquely tailored to its environment. From the dense forests of Asia to the sprawling savannas of Africa, they occupy a vast range of ecological niches. Let's explore just a fraction of this incredible variety, starting with one of the most well-known and controversial members of the family. The African civet is a large, robust creature of the sub-Saharan grasslands and forests. Solitary and nocturnal, it spends its nights foraging for anything from insects and rodents to fruits and carrion. But it is most famous for a substance it produces called civetone. For centuries, this powerful, musky secretion, harvested from the civet's perineal glands, was a highly prized ingredient in the perfume industry, used as a fixative to make scents last longer. While synthetic alternatives now exist, the demand for natural civet musk has led to controversial farming practices, casting a shadow over the relationship between this animal and humanity. In stark contrast to the stocky civet are the slender and agile genets. With their spotted coats, long ringed tails, and semi-retractable claws, their resemblance to domestic cats is uncanny. There are over a dozen species of genet, all of them masters of stealth. While they are exceptional climbers who can navigate the treetops with fluid grace, they are equally at home on the ground where they are formidable hunters of small mammals, birds, and insects. As efficient predators, they play a vital role in controlling rodent populations in their ecosystems. Perhaps the most cat-like of all are the linsangs. These secretive animals are split into two groups, the African linsangs and the Asiatic linsangs. The Asiatic linsangs in particular are so feline in form that they were once thought to be the missing link between viverrids and true cats. They are hypercarnivores, feeding almost exclusively on meat. Their slender, elongated bodies and stunningly patterned coats provide the perfect camouflage for stalking prey in the dappled light of the forest, making them ghosts of the canopy, rarely seen by human eyes. Then there is the binturong, an animal that defies easy categorization. Known as the bear cat, it is neither bear nor cat. It is one of only two carnivorans to possess a fully prehensile tail, which it uses as a fifth limb for stability high in the trees. Unusually for a carnivoran, the binturong is primarily a fruit eater, making it a crucial seed disperser in its forest home. And it has another peculiar trait: it smells distinctly of buttered popcorn. This scent comes from a chemical in its urine, used to leave messages for other binturongs. Sadly, this unique animal is now listed as vulnerable due to habitat loss and the illegal pet trade. Finally, we meet a species that challenges the very definition of the family, the African palm civet. While historically grouped with viverrids, modern genetics has revealed it to be something far more ancient. It is the last surviving member of its own family, Viverridae, which diverged from the ancestors of all other living cat-like carnivores over 44 million years ago. It is a living fossil, a window into the deep past of the carnivoran lineage. From this ancient offshoot to the specialized hunters and fruit eaters of today, the world of viverrids and their relatives is a testament to the endless creativity of evolution. Each species, a unique solution to the puzzle of survival. Most viverrids are nocturnal and solitary creatures. They prefer to hunt and forage independently under cover of darkness. As opportunistic feeders with omnivorous diets, they consume both plant and animal matter. This makes them important seed dispersers in their ecosystems. They are agile hunters capable of catching various small prey. Arboreal species spend most of their lives in trees, while terrestrial species prefer life on the ground. Each species has adapted to specific environmental conditions and microhabitats. The relationship between humans and viverrids is a story of deep contradictions stretching back centuries. For generations, these elusive creatures have been both revered and relentlessly exploited. One of the oldest and most lucrative trades centered on civet musk, a potent secretion used as a fixative in luxury perfumes and in traditional medicines. To obtain this substance, animals, primarily the African civet, were captured and kept in cramped cages. The musk was then painfully scraped from their perineal glands, a cruel practice that fueled a global industry for centuries. Beyond the perfume industry, their beautiful, spotted and striped pelts have also been highly sought after, used for traditional garments and entering the international fur trade. In many parts of their range, Viverrids also fall victim to the bushmeat trade, hunted for subsistence or for sale in local markets. This pressure, combined with habitat loss, has pushed many species to the brink. But this is not purely a story of exploitation. In a twist of irony, while some humans hunt them, others benefit immensely from their presence. As human settlements expand into wild territories, Viverrids often adapt, becoming silent, nocturnal neighbors. They are incredibly effective predators of rodents and insects that plague farms and villages. In the quiet of the night, these carnivores patrol rice paddies and grain stores, providing a vital, free pest control service. This natural predation reduces crop damage and can limit the spread of diseases carried by rodents, lessening the need for chemical pesticides that can harm the wider ecosystem. By keeping these pest populations in check, Viverrids are unsung allies to farmers, contributing to food security in rural communities across Africa and Asia. However, in recent decades, a new and particularly insidious form of exploitation has emerged, centered on one species, the Asian palm civet. This is the animal behind Kopi Luwak, the world's most expensive coffee. The process begins when a civet consumes coffee cherries. The mythos surrounding this coffee claims that wild civets instinctively select only the ripest, most perfect cherries. As the coffee beans pass through the civet's digestive system, enzymes are said to alter their chemical structure, resulting in a smoother, less acidic brew. The beans are then collected from the animal's feces, cleaned, and roasted. What began as a niche product collected from the droppings of wild animals has now morphed into a cruel industrial-scale operation. To meet soaring global demand, countless civets are captured from the wild. They're confined to small, barren wire cages, often in deplorable conditions. Instead of their natural, varied diet of fruits, insects, and small animals, they are force-fed an unhealthy and unnatural diet consisting almost exclusively of coffee cherries. This leads to malnutrition, severe stress, disease, and a high mortality rate. The luxury price tag on a cup of Kopi Luwak masks a grim reality of animal suffering, a stark reminder of how a unique natural interaction can be twisted into a system of immense cruelty for profit. Across the forests of Asia and Africa, a silent crisis is unfolding. While many Viverrids are adaptable survivors, they are facing an unprecedented threat: the systematic destruction of their homes. The relentless expansion of human activity carves away at the wilderness they depend on. Vast tracts of ancient forest are cleared for timber, or converted into agricultural monocultures like palm oil and coffee plantations, leaving behind a scarred and barren landscape where a rich ecosystem once thrived. For animals intricately tied to the forest floor and canopy, this loss is catastrophic. What remains is often not a contiguous forest, but a patchwork of isolated islands of green. This is forest fragmentation, and it's a deadly trap. It severs ancient pathways, effectively imprisoning populations within shrinking territories. This isolation leads to a dangerous loss of genetic diversity, creating genetic bottlenecks that make populations more susceptible to disease and inbreeding. To find food or a mate, a viverrid may be forced to undertake a perilous journey across open, unfamiliar land, exposing it to predators, vehicle collisions, and conflict with humans. This forces animals into smaller, less suitable areas for survival, increasing competition for dwindling resources and pushing them ever closer to the edge of existence. Beyond the loss of their habitat, a more direct threat looms: the illegal wildlife trade. Hunting and trapping pose a severe and constant danger. Viverrids are hunted for bushmeat, for use in traditional medicines, and for their fur. But the demand extends beyond this. The exotic pet trade prizes them for their unique appearance, leading to live animals being snatched from the wild. Historically, the musky secretion from their perineal glands, called civet, was a prized ingredient in luxury perfumes. While largely replaced by synthetics, a niche, often illegal, market persists. Perhaps the most insidious modern threat is the demand for Kopi Luwak or civet coffee. What began with collecting the droppings of wild civets has morphed into an industry where thousands of animals are captured and confined to small, squalid cages, force-fed coffee cherries in appalling conditions. This cruel trade continues despite national and international laws designed to protect them. The profits are high, and the enforcement is often difficult, fueling a black market that relentlessly exploits wild populations. The cumulative effect of these pressures has pushed many species to the brink. The Javan civet, confined to one of the world's most densely populated islands, is listed as vulnerable. The magnificent large-spotted civet, one of the rarest and most enigmatic members of the family, is endangered, its population decimated by habitat loss and hunting. And highly specialized species like the semi-aquatic otter civet face a double jeopardy, threatened not only by deforestation but also by the pollution and drainage of the vital wetland habitats they cannot survive without. Their populations have declined dramatically due to these combined threats, but in the face of this daunting reality, there is hope. Across the globe, dedicated conservationists are fighting back. Protected areas such as national parks and wildlife reserves are the cornerstones of this effort. They act as vital sanctuaries, providing safe havens where viverrids can live and breed without the immediate threat of chainsaws or snares. However, simply designating an area as protected is not enough. These reserves must be actively managed and patrolled to prevent poaching and illegal encroachment. Scientific research is the compass that guides these conservation strategies. By using tools like GPS collars and remote camera traps, scientists can peer into the secret lives of these elusive animals. This data reveals critical information about their home ranges, dietary needs, and social behaviors. Understanding these fundamentals is essential for developing effective protection plans, such as identifying and preserving crucial wildlife corridors that connect fragmented habitats, allowing populations to reconnect. Habitat restoration programs offer a chance to turn back the clock, replanting native trees to heal scarred landscapes and expand the territory available to wildlife. Furthermore, true, lasting conservation cannot succeed without the support of local people. Innovative programs are working to provide communities with sustainable alternative livelihoods that don't rely on exploiting the forest. By empowering local people as stewards of their own natural heritage, these initiatives build a powerful grassroots defense for viverrids and their ecosystems. Rescue centers also play a vital role, rehabilitating animals confiscated from the illegal trade, with the hope of one day returning them to the wild. The fate of the viverrids is a reflection of our own commitment to the planet. Their survival depends on a multifaceted approach that combines legal protection, scientific research, habitat restoration, and community engagement. With continued and concerted effort, we can secure a future where these fascinating, ecologically vital, and truly remarkable animals continue to prowl the forests and enrich the world for generations to come.